Hello lovebirds, Tanya TKO here. And today we're talking about the 3 signs or the 3 ways to tell that someone is trying to use you. And my vibration today is so low. I'm going through a lot of upheaval in the periphery of my life. We're moving, etc. But I wanted to make this video, so let's start out with a hug. Okay, hug me first. Hug me, and then we're gonna get right into it. Oh, I love you all. I love you all so very, 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 very much. As I started the camera, I'm not going to do any more takes. I'm just going to go straight through. As I started the camera and I started talking about, the 3 signs that someone is using you, we always have to remember that vibrationally we send an energy out there and we attract people to us to mirror something back to us about us. So it's up to us to look at these relationships and see what is it that you're saying to yourself about the relationship. Is this a relationship that's acceptable to you because you see a reflection? Because I can't say, oh, this person is using you, when it is you who is allowing yourself to be used, because you are a powerful and amazing manifester, and you know a lot more than you think you do, and you have so much more control than you give yourself credit for. Sometimes it's easier to stay in a waking sleep state because we can place the blame on other people, and we can absolve ourselves of the culpability of having responsibility for what it is that's happening to us, and we can point the fingers out, but this keeps us in a disempowered state. Right now, I'm like I said, my vibration is really low. I was speaking to a coach who was saying that you all don't respect the messages that I give out because they're free and because I give them on the internet for you to access whenever you need them for no cost. And and she was telling me that I really need to charge for good information. And time is the most precious commodity that we have. I spend my time making these videos. You all spend your time watching them. But this feels right for me. It feels right to give this information out there. Like I'm saying, my spirit is heavy, and part of the reason that my spirit gets heavy is when I don't send the messages out. So we have to figure out some other way for me to monetize the process. And I do believe in the abundance of the universe, and I do believe that the Tanya TKO show will be able to self-sustain monetarily, and I know that you all support me. One thing that you can do is come over to my website and download my free guide on how to love yourself, truly love yourself, and heal old trauma. When you download my guide, you'll automatically be added to my mailing list. So then when I write my book, you all will know. When I write the full-length feature book, you all will know when the book comes out. And then you can support financially that way. Buy the book, you get the information from the book, I'm able to help sustain the show, etc. So we'll find another way, but I don't feel well when I keep the messages inside. It doesn't feel good to me. I have to let it out. So despite what anybody else says, I have to be true to me. Okay, so honey, get your pens and paper. Let's talk. How can you tell if someone's trying to use you? How can you tell? I'm going to give you some signs to look for. Okay? All right, the 3 ways to tell you're being used. Number 1, get in and get out. It's like a smash and grab. It's like there's a rush going on. And you can tell when you're being rushed or pushed. I worked, when I was in college, because I've never had a full-time job. I've always worked for myself. But I have had little temporary things here and there. When I was in college, I worked at AT&T. And the way they trained us as customer service reps, they trained us to tell people, like people will call up, give me this adjustment, do this, do that, this is what happened, screaming and barking on the phone. and saying a whole lot of different things, giving a lot of different numbers and a lot of different accounts for things. And I was trained to say, you know what, I'm getting a little confused. Give me just a moment. I'm going to place you on hold so that I could review all of the information, to kind of step back from the situation a little bit. And you know what, and it's okay to tell somebody, you know what, I really don't know. I can't make a decision based on the information that I have right now. Give me a little while to gather the information, to just give me a moment, because you know, it's, oh gosh, I'm getting so excited now. You know, it's really amazing to think of us as spirits having a human experience, but you also have to remember that, I mean, we can't discount the human experience. We're in human form for a reason. So while we're here in human form, you know, we're governed by hormones and sparks and impulses and mental things that are going on, and secretions and all types of things. We're governed by what comes along with being in human form. If not, we could just be wind, and we could blow through the air, and we wouldn't have all of the complexities of this beautiful human machine. And one of those things is the blitz. You know, when you're experiencing a blitz, you know, there's a lot of different things going on, and you don't really know. And we're going to talk, that's actually another one that we're going to be going further down into the list for the bonus. And there's a blitz going on, you don't really know what's happening. But number one is, they'll be putting a rush on you. Remember that, what was it, Stephanie Mills? Trying to put a rush on me, but I got to know you better. Yeah, you know, when somebody is trying to use you, and you know, for those of us who are so nice, we never had the opportunity to try to use anyone. For me, I've had the opportunity to practice at trying to use people. I don't do that anymore, but I know from being on the flip side of it, and sometimes we need to just flip our minds and see what it would be like to be on the opposite end of that, to see what you would do if you were in that situation. So if you were trying to use someone, you have to get in and get out before the holes start perforating through your story, before the reflection gets really put up. And you know, just like with a vampire, we're going to talk about vampires in the next one. Just like when the mirror goes up, you know, if what you're putting out there is not a part of the reflection, then you know, you have to get in, get out before they realize that your reflection is not real. You know what I mean? So when someone is trying to use you, the number one key thing that they do is they have to rush in and they have to rush out with the blitz before you're any wiser. So that's number one. Okay, number two. They tell you just enough information, and you gotta have to fill in the blanks. You know, an amazing thing about the human imagination is when, like, for example, okay, when I was in film school, there's this thing called the extreme close-up. And during an extreme close-up, what you do is you pull the camera in real tight, and you cut it off at the forehead and right underneath the chin. And when you cut it off at the forehead, like right above here, the human imagination knows that there's a shape of the head above there, and the human imagination will fill in the blank. It'll fill in, because we all know you have a head. I mean, you all know that I have a lower body. You don't have to see my legs to know that there are legs there. And just like with you know what, so many, and it's really, you know what, the human mind, the human imagination is such an amazing thing. It alters colors, it alters patterns, it alters so much just based on where you think something is going, on the pattern. And this happens with people too. So number two is the fill in the blank. They give you just enough information because, like I said in number one, they don't want the holes to begin to show in their story. So they ask, they tell you just enough. They don't give you any more information. When you try to ask questions, they're not interested in answering the questions. They try to kind of, oh, what are you asking me these questions for? And you know what? I tell you all this in some of my videos. It's like, you want to get in my business, but you don't want me to get in your business? It's like, because on the one hand, they don't have a problem asking you for what it is that they want. Either it's money or your honey. They don't have a problem asking for that. But when you start talking and asking questions, then all of a sudden they don't want you in their business, but they have no problem. It's like, on the one hand, look, if you want something, it's like you're not supposed to feel comfortable asking what it is that you want to know, but they don't have a problem asking you for what it is that they want to get. Telltale sign right there. All right, so that's number 2. And then number 3, and here we come with the vampire reference. Oh no, actually vampire reference is the bonus. So here we go. Oh no, actually yeah, this is the vampire reference. All right. It puts, I'm going to put some scare quotes. It puts the lotion on its skin. For those of you old schoolers, you know exactly where that comes from, what that's a reference to. That's a reference to a line from the movie. Should I say it in this video, or should I let someone guess it? You know what? I'm going to let someone guess it for honorary mention. What movie is that from? And I'll give you honorary mention in the comments. Okay, you'll get a point from me. All right. So that's a line from a movie, and in this movie, I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give it away. In the movie, the person who had kidnapped this person did not want to refer to this person as a human being. So refer to her as an it. And what he did was he non-humanized his subject. And this is kind of what when someone is trying to use you, they don't want to know too much information about you, because then it might make you human to them, and they won't want to enact the things that they know that they have in store for you. So they don't want to know too much about the human side of you. And that's kind of like, here comes the vampire reference. For those of you who watch vampire movies where vampires feast on human beings, you know, they don't really take a tremendous amount of time getting to know the human being, because the human is just food for them, you know. And so it's like, you know, why take the time to really see this entity, see this thing as a person, when you just want to get what it is that you want? You have to remember that human beings are most naturally loving. Human beings, and we want to return to a state of love. It's our most natural state. This is how we were born as children. You know, there are things that happen to us over the course of our lives that give us baggage, and a whole lot of other things that aid in the way that we carry on. But I think generally people are good people deep down. And so in order for some people to enact what it is that they want to enact upon you, you have to be non-human to them. So they don't want to hear about your family. They don't want to hear about your children. They don't want to participate in activities that would help you bond. They don't want to ask questions about your job and your dreams and your goals, and they don't really spend much time asking really penetrating questions about you at all, you know, because it would make their job harder for doing what it is that they want to do. So so this is still a part number 3. In the facet of non-humanizing you, you'll see that though they're not asking, you know, deep penetrating questions, really and truly trying to get to know you or showing up for you in a way that a partner would, you'll see that there'll be a pattern. So while they're not asking the pertinent things, you'll see that all roads lead to a particular subject. Whether it's talking about your money, all roads lead right back to that. They somehow find a way to continue to bring this back up and up and up into the conversation. Oh, by the way, you know, my rent. Really? Or, oh, by the way, oh, you looking so sexy. Oh, your lips so juicy. Or whatever. Oh, look at that shape. Oh, I've never seen anyone shaped like you. Or, oh, you look like, or, oh, you know, I'm having so many problems this month. All roads lead right back to that. So, yeah, and they keep bringing it up over and over again. And then, you know what, I mentioned this a little bit in number 1, the diversion. I'm going to give this to you as a bonus, as an addendum. diversion. We talked about that in the blitz for number 1. But you have to remember, as a human being, right? I remember, excuse me, you know, I'm from the Bronx, and so things were kind of rough for me when I grew up. And I did used to fist fight when I was young. It's hard for people to believe that now because I'm so straight-laced and so sophisticated, but I did used to fist fight when I was young. And you know, there's this tactic that you use in the ghetto. I don't know where else they use this, probably in other places too, so let me not just narrow this to the ghetto. But there's a tactic that you would use and that we would often employ, that if you go like this, if you put your hand up, right, you can easily snuff somebody with the other hand. Put the non-dominant hand up like, hey! And then you can, while the person looks over there, you snuff them with the right hand, with your dominant hand. And you know, and this happens so often in these bank robber movies and stuff like that, where they'll create an explosion, and while their attention is on the explosion, the robbery is really happening over here. So, and you know what, and this benefits us as human beings, because back in the days when we had to run in the wild and run from animals, etc., when something happens in the distance or the periphery or a loud noise happens, the people who survived were the ones who jolted to attention and looked in that area. But one thing that you have to remember in relationship is that sometimes there can be things that can distract you from what's really going on. And you have to kind of take a neutral, you have to kind of calm yourself and kind of try to take a little neutral look at it and see, you know, is this person bringing this thing up over and over as a diversion? Is this happening as a diversion? Like I said in number 1, you just have to kind of try to separate yourself from the diversion that's happening. Because people can use, their mighty good looks, or their, amazing sex appeal, or their delicious, irresistible charm, or their sob story, or some tragedy that just happened. Oh my goodness, I'm getting evicted. Please, 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 I need your help right now, now. Oh, my baby is in the house and the electricity just got turned off and my baby has asthma and the pump can't turn on. Just a great tragedy, something happening that comes up like an explosion. Boom. And while you're looking at the explosion, the hand is digging in your pocket or up under your skirt. Holla! If you hear what I'm talking about. You know, so that's the bulk of my video. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm going to end the video on this note because it's really important for me to state this to you. I wanted to make sure that I got this out here. I wanted to say this in the beginning, right? Here we go. 2 more really important points and then I'll let you all go. All right. Let me say this. I love you. I do. I love you. And if you don't hear that anywhere else, honey, rewind this and I'll say it again. I love you. I do. That's why I make these free videos. I get this feeling on my spirit that somebody needs to watch it. And you know what? While there are some people who get 500,000 views on their videos, I get about 2 to 10,000 at this point. And please share the video with somebody who you know may need the message. And you know, while everybody may not watch my videos, I know that the people who need them, when they need them, finds a way into their hands somehow. So I love you, and that's why I do what I do, despite what anybody says about anything. Oh, make shorter videos. Oh, don't do the videos for free. Oh, this, oh, that. I love you, and I do this because I do. So I want you to know that you are beautiful, and you are amazing, and there's nothing wrong with you. You are a magnificent refraction of the light of God. You are. In human form, honey, you are God incarnate. So you are a beautiful, perfect being just the way that you are. There's some things that you need to do to remember your full, outstanding glory You do. And while we're here on this earth playground or this earth classroom, however you want to consider it, because some people feel there's nothing that you need to learn. All you need to do is remember. So while you're here on this earth plane, right, there are going to be situations that come into your life to help jolt you back into awareness. And I want you to remember, if you don't remember anything else besides the love I have for you, I want you to remember that hear me. Ooh, hear me. People tell you who they are with their actions. The way people treat you does not depict and denote your worth. It tells you the story of something going on inside of them. It does. So remember, like I said, people, we all start out so loving. We come into this world perfect creatures, little babies, hearts so full and wide open, just wanting to be loved and give that love unabashedly. But something happens along the way where we go from these chubby little, happy little babies, and then things happen to squeeze down our light, to close off our eye, if you understand what I mean. And different little things happen that scrunch us and conform us and wipe. Remember the Etch-a-Sketch, how it would shake up sometimes things in your life, honey, shake you up, and you forget, honey, you forget who it is that you are. Oh, you do. So when these people come into your life, and let's say this person is trying to use you, they are telling you their version of the truth about something that is going on in them. They do not describe your truth, because if you take these pearls and you dash them before pigs, if you take your diamonds and you cast them before swine, the swine does not understand the worth of diamonds, and it does not take away from the value of the diamonds because the swine does not recognize it. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. If I threw these pearls down on the ground before a pig, it does not take away from what it is that these pearls really are. So I'm telling you that you are beautiful. You have to remember that when people come into your life, they are telling you the story of who it is that they are. This is why when people tell me stuff like, I give respect where respect is due. You treat me blankety blank, I treat you blankety blank back. No, that doesn't happen over here. I have respect for other people because I have respect for me. I don't use other people because I care about myself. I know what it is that I am worth, so I spread and I emanate that worth outward. I know how much my time is worth, and I know that these videos are invaluable, and I know how much your time is worth. Time is the most precious commodity that we have because we don't know how much of it we have left. So when you spend your time with me, I appreciate it, and I want to make these videos as robust as possible. Hear what I'm saying, honey. Hear what I'm saying. I don't alter who it is that I am because who it is that I am is solid. It is. I am planted firmly on the ground, and my vibration is not dependent on the vibration of other people. I am me because of who it is that I am. I put my stamp on it. I am is the most powerful words that we can speak into existence in the human language. When you say I am, you put your stamp on it, honey. So when I go out there and I represent myself before the people, I represent who it is that I am. And I treat people how I treat them, not because of who it is that they are, but because of who it is that I am. Because I love myself, I spread that love out to other people. And please remember, when someone is treating you in an unloving way, they are telling you the story of who it is that they are. They are speaking what they think is the truth. Hear what I'm saying. So let me just reverse this for you, because there are no victims here. For you to feel sorry for yourself is for you to enact a travesty. For you to belittle who it is that you really are when your higher self sends these lessons into your life to help awaken you, spark you back to awareness, and bring your light back up to help you remember, honey, there are no victims here. We volunteered for this. So when someone comes into your life, they are reflecting something back to you about you. They are not telling you about their worth. They are telling you the untruth of who it is that they think that they are. And anybody who is not coming to you with love is a lie, because love is the only truth, honey. Sometimes people don't know. They don't know who it is that they are, and they are operating underneath a false truth. So let me ask you a question, honey. Who is it that you are? Who are you? What vibration are you sending out to there? When someone comes into your life, you have to understand that they are holding the mirror up to your face. What is it that your higher self brought this person into your life to reflect back to you about you? Does it reflect some hidden little node of truth that you have sparkled, just hidden somewhere in your little subconscious? Are you being used? Are you allowing yourself to be used? Because there's a part of that that feels like truth. Does it feel familiar? Do you think that that's what you're worth? Is that used relationship acceptable to you? What truth is this relationship relaying back to you about you? Think about that. Think about that. They are telling you the truth of who it is that they think that they are, but while you allow this in your life, you are speaking a false truth to yourself. What does this reflect back to you? Do you see your reflection in this? Because if you did not see your reflection in it, you would not stay there in front of the mirror. It would be gone, evaporated. You would turn away. You would turn away. You would turn away. If somebody called me a skinny, white, bitch, I wouldn't know who they were talking to, because there's nothing about that that resonates with me. There's no truth in that for me. I'm not skinny, I'm not white, and I'm not a female dog. There we go. So when somebody comes into your life and they are telling you a lie with their actions, do you allow this person to stay into your life? And if you do, what truth is that saying to you about you? You remember, the mirror always shines from the inside out, from this person, and then it stops right there. Don't look and think, oh, what is this person doing to me? Let the reflection stop right there on the looking glass and say, what is it that I'm saying to myself through this person? Do that. Do that. Oh. And remember how I said my vibration was low in the beginning of this video? Oh, honey. Whoo! I let it off my chest and it's out there. It's up to you now to do what it is that you need to do for you. Come over to my website. Download my free guide. I can't make it any easier than that. It's free. Download my free guide, How to Truly Love Yourself and Heal Old Trauma. It's the name of my book. Come over and get that. So listen. Oh, goodness, I love you all so very much. Let's hug again. Oh, hug me. I feel the love just coming to me. Oh, I love it. I love it. Hug me. Oh. Oh, goodness, listen. Go out there and love one another. But most importantly, what? Love yourself. And if you write the name of the movie in the comments, I'll give you an honorary mention and a thumbs up. And if you made it to the end of the video, say this. Say this. I am not a victim. I volunteered to XYZ. I volunteer to XYZ. And remember, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Oh, honey, I know that you can make a different choice. When the mirror reflects something back to you, you have choices. And you can always, at any time, enact a different choice. It doesn't have to be the way it was yesterday. It doesn't. It doesn't. And if you need a practical method for being able to let go of a person, I'm going to tell you this, there's a thing that you can do, a ritual, where you physically cut the umbilical cord that you have connecting your person's spirit to this spirit. If you need more, listen, I would love to work with you one-on-one. When you download the guide, there's an opportunity to set up a free screening, a free session with me. So a healing strategy session. So take advantage of that. There's a little backlog right now because I am moving. So, but submit your application, and I review them in the order they're received. So listen, pluck out that umbilical cord, cut it, see it shriveling up, and imagine that, and then move into a more healthy situation. I know, listen, you can say, I make the choice to now. Oh, let that be the final sentence. I am not a victim. I was a volunteer to XYZ, but now I make the choice to blank. Full sentence right there, 3 parts. Oh, I love you. God, do you feel that? Oh, I had chills. Ooh, wow. I had chills. I love you. Listen, I'm going to let you go. Tanya TKO, and I am out. Come over to my website right here, TanyaTKO.com, and that's TONYA. And all of my links for all of my social media are right there on my website. So that's the main hub to come to. Enjoy my mailing list by downloading the free guide. Okay? Tanya TKO, and I am out. Peace. Come to www.tanyatko.com and download your free copy of my guide entitled Truly Love Yourself and Heal Old Trauma, and set up an appointment to have a free healing strategy session with me today. Remember, go out there and love one another, but most importantly, love yourself.